Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it is windy, so I do apologize in advance for any sort of interference or distortion in this little microphone we have here. My name is Captain Chad Gabbs. I am the owner and operator of Team Floppy Ears LLC, where we train dogs, where we board dogs, and where we do all kinds of stuffs. I'm an idiot. All right, this is probably a video that has been a long time coming for me to make. Weird that I've never made one, but hey, you know, life comes at you fast. All right, you never know when you're going to get like suddenly inspired to do something you should have done a long time ago, and that's what's happening today. An introduction to the TFE Ranch. Come on inside. Headed down here to grab my little tripod for the time being, but I was thinking, you know, it's interesting that we even had access to this place to begin with, because when we tell people we're centrally located in Corona, California, people are like, what? Like, you've got 5 acres in Corona? You live on a... Yeah, it's a very, very, very unique opportunity. There was like 15 people on the list to get this place before us, but my wife, she got it done, and we're super grateful for that, because it's a very unique situation. Not a situation a lot of people find themselves in, particularly being in like Southern California. So we're super grateful for this. Like I said, it's 5 acres in total, and we're just going to take you through a little bit about this place, how I have it set up, and why I have it set up this way. Let's go inside, let's hang out with some dogs. Back. Good dogs, back up. Don't jump on me, bud. So this is Jax Weller Arena, and we named it after Jax Weller, the late Jax Weller, my wife's diabetic alert service dog, who was just the most incredible dog. I could sit here all day and talk about how amazing he was, but before we move on to the next thing, like I had just described about Rosie, you know, none of this even happens if it wasn't for Jax, my wife's dog, and Rosie, my dog, the two dogs that effectively brought us together to eventually work towards building a place like this. Hey, are you guys eating sticks? That's cool. But anyway, this is Jax Weller Arena, and this, I want to show you guys, this is at the highest point of the property, and I chose to build this arena here in this location because if you come up high enough, what you get is a lovely 360 view of a lot of Corona. You know, I just love being up here. This is where we do a lot of our work. As you can see, you know, we've got the slap mill, we've got platforms, we've got obstacles. That's my father-in-law right there. He thought it'd be cool to have a fire hydrant up here. But yeah, just a place where we will do obedience, a place where I'll meet with clients, and built everything you see here with my own 2 bare hands, man. I went and secondhand got this fencing material off of OfferUp, which is a garage sale website. And the turf I got obviously secondhand. It came off of a soccer field or what have you. Used to have some plants here, but you know how that goes with dogs. But anyway, this is Jax Weller Arena at the highest point of the property. All that land on the other side of that fence line is also ours. It's just a little bit too much for us. We don't really particularly need all that. But again, this is where we'll do group play. This is where we'll do assessments. This is where we'll do obedience. And just a great place to bring my clients up here and enjoy the view and have fun training some dogs. Now, one thing I want to share about this place is you could see it's all really well groomed. When we first got here, there were so many weeds. It was up to my chest. I had a tractor come out and, you know, scrape all this land for us so it's weed free. Come on, kids. So yeah, I'm just kind of taking you through. That was Jax Weller Arena up there. Now we're over here to Rosie's Arena. Come on, let's go. Try to get all these pups in here. Good dogs. Yes, good dogs. Come on now. Good boy. So this is Rosie's arena. This is the second arena I built, because one thing that you'll find out if you come to a place where there's like 5 acres and it's just one big open field, and your goal and your mission is to have a, a relatively large amount of dogs here, you got to chop it up into, you got to give yourself more spaces where you can have at least a relatively decent level of confinement where, it's just too much. It's too much space, and you want to be able to like come to this place with these dogs, go to that place with those dogs, and you just offer yourself more access to the confinement that just proves to be just a little bit more convenient and necessary for what it is that you're trying to do here. And in our case, it's dogs. And the other thing that we offer here is boarding, right? Boarding, training, all kinds of dogs, different types of dogs. If there's dog aggressive dogs or dogs that don't handle social pressure well, obviously they all got to get out, they all got to get their potty breaks and stuff, and I like to do that all at the same time. So what you'll see is I've created multiple spaces, multiple yards, being that it's the small operation that we are. I'm usually able to get all the dogs out at the same time and also keep it safe, because safety is always at the forefront of everything we think about here at Team Floppy Ears. We don't really take a lot of risks in terms of allowing dogs to be with dogs that could potentially lead to something catastrophic. And so that's one of the few reasons why Jack's Weller Arena, Rosie's Arena, and I'll take you to a couple more different yards that we have back there. Look at all these dogs. Just dogging. Oh, but about Rosie's Arena, just another place where we do a lot of the same stuff that we do up there. Maybe a few different obstacles, different challenges for dogs. The ladder, we've got the confidence ball pit. There's no balls in there right now, but for puppies, we'll fill it up with balls and enrichment, let them sift through the balls to eat food, and really fulfilling, really enriching, tapping into seeking system and confidence building there. Just, nothing fancy, nothing too crazy, just everything that you need as a little small dog training operation. So here we're just right outside my actual kennel room, which we'll get to, and I'll show you inside my kennel room, talk a little bit about that. But this is just another yard that I'll utilize, completely fenced in. And then as you can see, I have my outdoor kennel set up here, which is, again, it's nothing fancy. I've just done everything that I could do with what I've got. In terms of these outdoor kennels, I've handmade these tile platforms, and I've put them inside each one of these so that it's elevated and the dogs aren't just resting in the dirt. But I'll just give you a look inside. Yeah, so they're just custom made tile platforms. It's nice and cool for the dogs. And typically, weather's great out here in California, so I am able to put dogs in these outdoor kennels pretty much almost all year round without having to worry about any sort of significant weather setbacks. Most dogs that come here are dogs that are pampered, you know what I'm saying? But like every now and again, we'll get your working dog, we'll get your livestock guardian dog, dogs that can handle, colder weather quite easily. And during the summertime, that's probably when I never really have dogs out here, because the summertime out here in California can get quite hot, especially in the Inland Empire. So, but yeah, everything, all these custom metal rooftops here, surrounded with, so it's nothing fancy, guys, but it's what we got. It gets the job done. These are super heavy duty, so again, safety, I'm always thinking about safety when I'm doing things like this. So yeah, we got some mulch here, just a little yard, and as you can see, we got our model girl out here, Finley. I've got the other dogs that you just saw in the backyard area, which I'll show you in just a second. And I have Finley out here because listen, she's not dog aggressive by any stretch of the imagination, but she just would prefer not to put up with a lot of their shit. Young, pushy, confident, in-your-face type of dogs back there. So she's a little bit older girl, so I just allow her the opportunity to have her own space, and she just enjoys the shit out of it, doesn't she? Yeah, that's my girl right there. So that's it. That's this little portion. Actually, I'll give you guys a little peek at my office area. So this is my office, custom-made office here. And yet just another yard that I will utilize for potty breaks and things like this. A lot of the time it's just my own personal dogs, because I leave my personal dogs in my office, but it depends. If I need to use it for something else, I will. Again, nothing fancy. Put this together myself, and I enjoy it. All right, let's take you into the backyard. So if you follow us on Instagram and stuff like that, on YouTube, like you've seen this yard quite a bit. It's another big yard, and I typically enjoy using this yard because it's just so easy to pick up the poop because it's all mulched up. You know what I'm saying? So just another, and then this one, she really likes to eat the mulch, so I got to watch her. Always keep water accessible for the babies over there. Knox over there having a good little drink out of the old tub there. What else we got going on? Looks like someone got into some shit. Got the Christmas bins out. Christmas is coming up. Nice, good job, guys. Anyway, this is the backyard. And one last yard that I'll show you real quick that I don't particularly use for the dogs is this little backyard section here. But we have it if we need it, you know. So as you can see, just multiple sections for very specific reason. And turns out to work out just nice for us. Anyway. Alrighty, and now for a quick glance at Captain's Kennel's room. Captain's Kennel room. All right. Quick little look at the kennel room. Got the old golf cart parked for the frickin' winter. As you can see, just a multitude and a variety of different equipment because different dogs require different equipment. Love the Roughland kennels. Love the heavy duty stuff for when we need the heavy duty stuff. The black wire kennels for dogs that can just relax and not try to escape from. Sometimes we get Great Danes, so we got the big Great Dane crate. And as you can see, it's just a small operation, nothing crazy, man. We do have surveillance so that we can know what's going on in here at all times. Typically, it's just dogs chilling in their kennels, doing absolutely nothing. Relaxing until it's their turn to come out and shine. And this is just a quick view of what I see when I look out of my kennel room. So that pretty much sums it up, guys. I don't think I have too much more to add to this except for this little section here where I have the tires installed into the ground and the cylinder tube. Just a confidence building space, place to work from. Oftentimes I use all this big open space to teach off-leash stuff. Really a unique situation to be in, to be able to do that type of thing. Not everybody has access to this, okay? But I don't necessarily think you need to have something like this to be able to forge the things that you want to forge in terms of off-leash obedience, confidence. Everything that we work on here could be worked on in the real world. You just probably have to make a little bit more of an asserted effort to find those places, to find those things. The enclosed baseball field, or you know, you go down to the shops and you see the rocks and the different elevations, and you could just use the world to forge everything that you'd like to forge in your dog training journey with your dog. But that's pretty much it for this location. I appreciate you guys watching. If you have any questions about anything of which that you just saw, let me know, and I'd be happy to elaborate on that. I love you guys. Thank you for watching. Actually, guys, just before I let you go, I just wanted to mention two other things. One being that the whole entire place here is surrounded by cameras. That provides a lot of security, that provides a lot of comfort. The way that I do everything around here, I try to think in terms of like, what would I like? What would I appreciate in a place where I was sending my dog to? And one thing that makes my people feel nice and comfortable inside is, if I don't physically have eyes on this shit myself, I still have eyes on this shit myself, if that makes sense. So if you were thinking about trying something funny, don't try it, or do. In which case, I'd say, you know, we're really enthusiastic about 2A. Okay, so go ahead at your own risk. But the other thing is we live here. This isn't just my dog training facility. It's not like I leave here and go home. Like, I live here. And that's just another thing that I think people appreciate about this place. It's very organic, and people get a really good feeling. They tend to, anyway, have this slow progression that we're so grateful for. I want to give this big shout out to my wife. She's another big reason why I believe this. I know that this operation is continuing to grow, and we're continuing to have all these blessings, because without her administration, she's the one that got me into dog training. Without her, there is no this. So shout out to the wife. Her name's Kyla. She's much prettier than me. She's much more lovely than me. Couldn't go make this video without giving her that shout out. So hope that helps you guys. Now, without further ado, let's get back to the old conference.